This is Eddie Smith speaking. I am in the Merchant Navy and I'm going off to sea, and I shall be away for 13 months, and I'm only 17 years old. This was back in 1956. There's my ship, the Merchant Baron, in Falmouth Docks. And there's one of my new shipmates. We'll be getting ready to sail shortly. We're on our way to Romania. There's Falmouth Docks, and we're getting ready to sail. Taking in the lines, and we're at sea. We're in the Bay of Biscay now, and the weather is getting stormy. There's a force 8 gale blowing. The ship is tossing and pitching all over the place. The decks are awash with water. As you can see. And there's another ship that's following us that's also being tossed around quite a lot. It's actually a Russian boat. The waves are gradually building up now, getting higher. And shortly we'll be leaving the Mediterranean and going into the Dardanelles, and we are now off Turkey in the Dardanelles. This is Istanbul. We are now going through the Dardanelles and going up past Istanbul and going up to Constanza in Romania. Of course, remember in 1956, Romania was a communist country controlled by the U.S.A. And there was extreme restrictions on us. We were not allowed to take cameras or anything like that. So I had to do a bit of secret filming. There's one of the new deck able seamen checking the lifeboat to see everything's okay. And there they are on the poop deck now, checking the fire extinguishers. That's somebody washing their carpet. Amazing how clean the sea would get a carpet. And the fire extinguishers, of course, are very important on the tanker. That's one of my crewmates. He's got his fancy kimono. And now they're going out onto the deck to do some work, chipping the rust off the decks and painting it with red lead to prevent any rust coming back. It's almost a waste of time because it always does come back. There they are now. That's watchkeepers. They're off watch at the moment, so they're able to lie and relax in the sun because the weather is improving quite a lot now and getting quite hot. Everybody is stripped off and getting a suntan. 110 degrees in the shade. Some of the crew now, they've been out in the heat. It's much hotter on the deck. The decks, you can't stand still, they're so hot because they're made of steel. And they're coming in for their cocoa now, and there's the bosun coming in. more crewmates of mine coming in. I wonder if any of them recognize themselves now. Ah, that's me. I recognize myself. Perhaps somebody else will recognize herself and contact me. It's Eddie Smith at Gracelands, tamerpark.co. Sorry. It's at Gracelands, Tamer Park, at tiscali.co.uk. This is the Romanian Royal Navy. Well, not Royal Navy, but their Armed Forces Navy. There's a Greek tanker that's brought oil into Constanza, and there's a fishing boat. We're now traveling through the Suez Canal. It's only just been opened after the war. We were the first convoy to go through. We were one of the first ships. As you can see, one side of the canal is poverty and the other side is the rich. This is Luxor. It's a luxury holiday resort where President Nasser used to stay for his holidays. And here you see super tankers anchored in the Great Lakes, waiting to go through. The canal is single file, so all the ships that are coming down and coming up after anchoring the Great Lakes, and when they're all through, they then start the rest of the journey. The Suez Canal is not that wide at all. It's only about the width of two ships, which means there wouldn't be room for two ships to pass. It's a great place for fishing on the Great Lakes. There's some of my crewmates fishing. And then we're panning around to see the different ships that are waiting. We're now getting up steam, ready to leave. Here we are now. We have arrived in Aiden, and we're tying the ship up at the docks in Aiden and going ashore. This is the city of Aiden. Aiden is actually just an extinct volcano that it was built on, and it's real desert shrubland. The only trees that have been cultivated and planted there. The rest of the place is merely desert. It's a wonderful place to shop, Aiden, because all the goods are very cheap. Aiden is what they call a free port. That's me, Dick. I managed to get an Arab to film this for me. They were supposed to be our enemies, the Arabs, in those days. They were trying to kick us out of Aiden, but I found that they were quite friendly. One of them even took me up to their place and gave me a curry. It came out of a great big witch's cauldron. It was delicious. It's the politicians, the ordinary people all over the world are the same. Normal, ordinary people get on with each other. Even in the communist countries, they were quite friendly. As you remember, the Iron Curtain was up in those days. Aiden was a British port. It was a British dependency. Not anymore, it belongs to the Yemen now. They've even changed the name.